Yo, today is Friday, December 26th, 2025. My name is Noah, and I'm here to keep myself accountable. Today's is going to be super short, guys. I am flipping exhausted. It is, I'm almost embarrassed to say, it is literally 4:45 in the morning. Now, don't get mad at me, okay? I had a lot of fun today. Um, work was good. It was Friday at work today. Stream was great. I had a raid from a friend of mine who's a full-time streamer. That was pretty awesome. And yeah, everything was really positive today. I spent extra time today, the end of the day, doing some stuff for um my girlfriend. I got like, although I didn't, I spent Christmas alone, as I talked about, whatever. I think I'm having a delayed Christmas. My family's been away. I'm sure, like, my family doesn't hate me. They're gonna come back, and we're gonna do like, I would assume, our own kind of mini Christmas. So, um, I spent some time getting some stuff ready myself, wrapping some gifts. I went out, bought some gifts today. It the works. So no edits on this video. One thing that I wanted to talk about that I just talked about, uh, kind of in my head, not talked about. I was just thinking about it. Is that I am having a lot of trouble taking care of myself, and I think that's a common theme in these videos. Um, and I think it's just part of my process here of trying to adapt to a different way of living with my schedule. Like, for example, I'll put it to you this way: like, as a kid, you're always running around. You have recess, you have whatever. In high school, you are always walking around. You're walking from class to class. You have gym class. You play on sports teams at school and whatever. Because my point of saying this, by the way, before I continue, is that my whole life I've always sat at a desk for like 4 to 6 hours almost every day playing video games because it's just always been my passion ever since I first sat my ass in front of a laptop. I was amazed. It was like, wow. It was like the world is amazingly at my fingertips now. I couldn't believe it. But my point is that then after high school, you go to university or whatever post-secondary you do. I know not everyone does post-secondary, but I did. And you have classes. You got to get up. You got to go. You can play in sports teams there too. Like there's all this. You go to the gym, like I did. There's an environment for forcing yourself to get up and be out and socialize and be physically active because you underestimate, like, when you're young or whatever, you're like, oh, like I don't play. If you don't play sports, you don't do whatever, you don't run, like you're like, oh man, like I feel unhealthy. But really, you underestimate how healthy like walking is and just being outside is, like being in the sun a healthy amount and walking around a healthy amount, like your 10,000 steps. That's super easy to hit every day, by the way. You almost hit naturally almost every day as a kid, like growing up. And I think why my health feels so poor at my stage right now in my life is that I now no longer have some sort of forced 8 hour or 6 hour or whatever thing that I have to attend to during my day. I have work, but my work is spent here. And because there's nothing that is forcing me to go and be physically active, I find myself becoming less and less physically active. And I think it is genuinely directly affecting my like my cardiovascular, my digestion, my even my diet and what I choose to eat and like laziness, whatever. Like it's really fueling this almost rhythm of laziness where I get up, I move from my bed. It's 1 meter away from me. I sit my ass down here, turn on my laptop, I work. Work's done. I close my laptop and I go on here and I boot up stream. And then I'm here until like 7 or 8 p.m. Sometimes later, sometimes 10 p.m. And then the whole day has gone by, and the only exercise or physical activity that I've done is my hands and my wrists, my mouth, and walking back and forth from here to the washroom or here to the kitchen. That is so terrible. But um, there's nothing that I have to do. There's nothing else that I have to do. I've realized now that I can't keep doing this job. It's not that the job is bad. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I I I can't sit here all day. COVID was a thing that, for a bit, like being remote and whatever was fun, and you could, cheat at school or, skip a class or not care and do something on your phone the whole time or play video games. But now that I'm like an adult and my job is remote, although it's my first job, I need something that gets me up in the morning and gets me to take care of myself and feel like I have to be presentable in front of people and physically move around. Otherwise, I think I'm going to start rotting here. Like absolutely just rotting because I don't have the drive to get up an extra hour early and go on like a 30-minute walk in the morning. I could go to the gym after stream, but I think it's not that realistic because I am fucking exhausted. Sitting here, it's ironic, but sitting here for X amount of hours a day on your ass and just staring at a screen and then trying to be energetic after like a 7, 8 hour shift of work for another 6 or 7 hours to like entertain people. By the end of the stream, I'm literally like, I yawn, like I'm yawning and I'm tired and my body feels like mush because I haven't moved. So I think my ideal plan is to try and force myself to go and walk, like for now, like an immediate fix, because right now I can't just quit my job immediately and I can't just stop pursuing my dreams immediately because that's not going to change. So I think the immediate solution is to try and get up a bit earlier and force myself to go on like a walk, find a time during the day to go for a walk, and try to go to the gym before stream and see how I like that. I'm gonna try it next week, see how it feels, or probably not next week because this upcoming week is super busy with New Year's. Probably after New Year's. Today's Friday, 26, like 4 days. So like yeah, 4 or 5 days from now, I'll start trying it. Oh my God, the gym's gonna be so busy, man. It's actually gonna be the worst thing ever. Everyone's on their New Year's resolution, but yeah, I gotta find ways to force myself to be active. And the reason why I think it doesn't come to me naturally is because it never felt forced before. It was just like I have to go do this, so I'm gonna go do it. And like you don't subconsciously think about how much walking you're doing or how much like I think my point is that I think if you were to plop me back in high school right now and I had to walk around between class to class as much as I did, like in a big school or whatever, like and getting on the bus, like walking from my house to my bus stop and from the bus stop to the school, then walking around for lunch, like I think I would be not out of breath, but tired at the end of the day, and that's wild, especially coming from somebody who's like, like in their like just barely in their 20s. Like that's fucking wild. Like I should be doing backflips. So that's something that I want to work on. And oh my God, I said this video would be short, but then another thing that I thought about last night that I didn't want to forget is um one of the reasons why I love doing what I'm doing here. And it's because obviously it's because I get to interact with people. It's because like I'm making friends that I never thought I would have made in my whole life. And that's the biggest point is that I and some people, the people who are a little bit older than me and the people who are a little bit younger than me, within like anyone between the ages of like I want to say like 16 and like 35, we are like the first like group of people to suddenly have this thing at our fingertips that nobody had older than us where you could genuinely make friends with someone in your lifetime who lives on the opposite side of the globe entirely, who you would have never met normally in the last, 2,000 years of human history. And when I internalize that and I think about it, I think that is fucking crazy because you're a fool to think that only those around you within like 100-kilometer radius are ever gonna be your potential friends, kind of thing. Like, obviously, it's like this is my opinion, mind you. So I'm just gonna say this. I think it's selfish to believe that we're the only like species in existence with like intelligence. Like surely with how vast space is, there's aliens. But my point is it that conceptually works the same on Earth. Like it's selfish and like silly of you to think that nobody on the other side of the globe or never realize that there's other people out there that could literally be your best friend or your ideal partner or whatever that you would just never meet if it wasn't for this thing right here. So I really internalized that the other day, and I had like I stare at the ceiling moment where it's just like, oh my God, like there's some of you who watch these videos who I am very, very appreciative of, who I genuinely consider my friends, who I have never met before. It's not like you're my best friend, but I can see it happening, and there's a lot of people that I've gotten along with a lot really well, and it's nuts. Um, that really warms my heart. It makes me happy about all this, and I think I needed to find a way of grounding myself in things that I enjoy here because of what I talked about in yesterday's video. But I ranted for 10 minutes. I didn't want to rant for 10 minutes. I gotta go to bed. I gotta sleep. Talk about my health, man. I gotta go to sleep earlier. That's actually the three things. Um, Trying to get some walks in the morning, get in the gym before I go to stream, and getting to sleep earlier. And I think if I do that, I might be a tiny bit more miserable because I feel like my day would be so cramped and I can't ever just sit and do nothing. But I think it will be counteracted by the fact that I physically feel better. Um, because I've been taking steps passively over a longer period of time to adjust my health because I used to be a smoker. I quit smoking like 8 months ago now, so I'm really proud of that. But 7 months. I just hit 7 months a week ago, I think, something like this. And I'm really proud of that. But it's kind of all for nothing if obviously it's an improvement, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of all for nothing if I am then just going to sit here and rot. I should do something with my improved health. But anyways, yeah, it's a privilege as always. I ranted for way longer than I wanted to, guys. But thanks.